Yo, this is Soul Drum 86 bringing you another video. So, man, I don't really don't know where to start with this video. We're going to talk about the ringside pass. But first, I want to get some things off my chest real quick before we go into all of that. I keep hearing things like, this is going to keep us playing the game. This is going to keep players engaged, playing the game longer all year, blah, 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 right? This is not what this is. This is solely for an opportunity to monetize the game in more ways to get more money off of the customers. That's what this has always been about. This is not about player engagement, right? This is way more about getting the money off of the customer. If you want to make a game engaging and you want to make a game, you want more player engagement, you have to make your game fun. You have to make your game, you have to give players a reason to play other than trying to get more money off of them that they're already spending on the game. You have to give them more than what you're giving them, but not by the way of taking more money from them. You just make your game fun, make your game immersive, right? Make the controls feel good. You have to do those things. You have to address customer issues, right? Fan issues. Why hasn't this been looked into? Why has there been no real focus on universe mode, GM mode? Why? Talk about player engagement. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, people play this game all year. I know so many people who play WWE 2K all year. They've never had to have this type of system, a ringside pass. If you were to ask anybody in the community, would you want a battle pass coming to a WWE game? They would say no. Wrestling games are different, man. This type of system doesn't work for a wrestling game. It doesn't even work for a basketball game because they have this in NBA 2K now. It doesn't work. Wrestling games are different, man. Not only that, this is a game that releases yearly. So Battle Pass, yes, there's more games have a Battle Pass now, like Call of Duty and all of that stuff, and those come out yearly. But a lot of Battle Pass games are games that are live service. Now, if 2K wants to go the route of live service, then okay. But if they're still going to continue to make a new game every single year, what is the point of this system other than just to get more money off of the consumer? Again, this doesn't make any sense. This is actually a terrible business practice in terms of being right for the customer. It's a great business move for them because they're going to have a lot of people that are going for this. But in the long run, this doesn't really do anything for the customer. And the fact that you still have content creators trying to make it seem like, oh, it's not that bad. I just don't understand that logic. It's very hard for me to understand that thought process of, well, it's not that bad. And then people keep saying, well, hopefully they don't. Right. And I said this last year. I made a video where people just keep always repeating, we hope it doesn't get this way. We hope it doesn't get that way. Well, 2K hasn't done anything for us to give them the benefit of the doubt. We kind of have no choice but to think nothing but the worst when it comes to this company because they've done that. They've shown that they are who we thought they were. The famous lines. They are who we thought they were. They have not shown us anything other than that. So why give them the benefit of the doubt and thinking that it won't be as ridiculous as it sounds? Because it will be. I did hear some people bringing up some good points. It's some things that I talked about. So you can play every mode in the game, albeit but the online mode, and you can earn XP. Okay? That's cool. But do we really realistically think that play now matches, even if you do like a cage match with Hell in a Cell, do we really think that the play now exhibition matches are going to give us the same amount of XP that something in the island or something in my faction? I mean, universe mode is exhibition matches with a calendar and cutscenes. So do you really think that playing universe mode or GM is really going to give you a good amount of XP when you saw how much points they gave you when you won a match in the island last year? More than several people were making videos on it and complained about it and got pissed about it because they were being stingy. They were doing the 2K thing, right? Because they want you to pay that money to get those points. They don't want you to really play the game. They want you to pay that money. That's what this is about. I just don't understand how this is a good thing, especially from a customer standpoint. I understand how it's a good thing for the company because business, big corporations, They're all about making money. So I understand it on on their end. It's not good. You know what I mean? It's to me, it's not ethical. You know what I mean? But I don't see how this is a good thing for fans. You want to talk about player engagement? Want people to play the game more? There's a ton of people who already pour a ton of hours into WWE 2K. What this is going to do is it's going to cause burnout for a lot of people, because every time they play the game, they're going to say, oh man, I got to do this. Well, I haven't earned enough XP for this. I need to get this. They can't just freely play the game the way that they want to play. And I had mentioned that in a previous video not too long ago. It may have even been my last video about how this system is going to force players to play the game the way 2K wants you to play it. Long gone are going to be the days where you can just turn on the game and just do how you normally do, because now there's XP involved, or RXP involved, right? So because there's the grind that's involved, yeah, you can go ahead and play universe mode, but how many points is universe mode going to give me? What if I'm somebody who doesn't play all the matches on my card tonight? What if I just kind of set things up and watch it play out? There are people who do that with universe mode. There are people who play all the matches. There are people who don't play all the matches. There are people who play just key matches. So how is this going to work? I'll tell you how it's going to work. It's going to cause burnout. Maybe not everybody, but it will cause burnout, because it's going to be people who, look, everybody has their thing when they play a game, right? When I played NBA 2K, what was the first thing that I went to? My NBA. When they added in my eras in WWE or in NBA 2K23, the first thing I went to was my eras, because I wanted to use the old school players and the old school teams. So I picked the Jordan era and I was having a ball. That's what I did. It's literally what I did. But every single year I did the same thing in 2K. Eventually I would create a player and dabble into my career, but I would only play the NBA games. I never played around with the park and any of that type of stuff. I never did that. But everybody has their thing that they do. I've even seen comments on channels where they're like, well, this is going to suck because I only play universe mode. I really don't have any interest in playing any of the other modes. And that's fine, because isn't that one of the reasons why 2K has multiple game modes? There's going to be people who dabble in all of them. There's going to be people who dabble in about 2 of them, maybe 3 of them. For me personally, whenever I did play 2K, I always did My Rise, I always did Showcase, and then I always did Universe Mode. But then after Universe Mode that I would get bored with really quickly, I would then just go to recreating the matches that I grew up watching, or, making my own what ifs. What if Bret Hart won at WrestleMania 12 and not Shawn Michaels, and things like that? I would do that like myself, right? And now there's going to be, because they gotten rid of the accelerator pack, and you have to now grind for even those wrestlers. It's like you can't even really just turn on the game and do the things that you would normally do. What if you have a bunch of wrestlers locked behind the accelerator pack on day one that you want a part of your universe mode? You got one or two choices. You can, I don't even know if you have the ability to, maybe you have the ability in the accelerator pack to also, I don't know. I don't know if you have the ability to purchase those, because I do know that, and this is the part I'm just going to get to it now. This is the part that sucks. So say if you don't want to be a part of the grind and you just want to unlock everything, they're going to put that behind a paywall. So you're paying for the DLC, and if you don't want to grind for your DLC, they're going to charge you. Now, we don't know what the price is, but they're going to charge you to unlock everything. So you're being double charged. You're paying $150, or you're paying $129 or $100 or whatever, and you're paying to unlock these, you're getting these ringside passes with those versions that I've mentioned. But if you don't want to get, you kind of get sick of the grind, or you just kind of want to get everything right away, it ain't going to be some kind of special unlock button. You got to pay. It's the same system that NBA 2K has right now with their little battle pass thing that they got going on, where you can skip it and not grind, and you can pay like what, $2 So you're going to be doing that for like everything, and then eventually that's going to add up. It's all about money and forcing the player to play the game a way that they don't want to play. Yes, it sounds okay when you think of the part, and this is what I mean by it sounds okay. It sounds okay with the part of, oh, hey, you get RXP no matter what game mode you do. See, it's not that bad, but wait, I don't really play this game mode or this game mode. I only stick to this one game mode or maybe these two. So what, you're going to be jumping all around all over the place to try to earn these points to unlock things that you already paid for? Can somebody please tell me how this is actually a good thing? How does this benefit the player? How does this benefit the player? And I don't want to hear more engagement. It makes people play the game longer. People have been playing this game all year when they get it. People have dived into different things with this game year after year after year. And if they stop playing, it's because the game isn't good enough or something else came out that took their attention away from it. But sometimes they'll be back. Just let them finish that new game that they're playing. They'll be back. So this more engagement stuff, I'm not buying it. I don't think anybody should buy it. I think that this is simply a situation where it's all about how much money can we squeeze out of our fans, out of our consumers, out of our loyal fan base. How much money can we squeeze out of them? And there are people who are literally trying to make it seem like it's not that bad. Yes, they're bringing up issues. Yes, they're bringing up worries. But in a lot of ways, they're kind of brushing past it because they're so excited. And so they're thinking of it like, well, the way that I play games, this isn't a bad thing. How? How is it a good thing? How is it a good thing? Nothing about this is good. No matter how they word it, no matter how they present it, it all sounds bad. There's no part of this that sounds okay. Getting rid of the accelerator pack is terrible, in my opinion. Because you got to think of it like this. The accelerator packs, and 2K is notorious for this, and we've talked about this on this channel recently. I've talked about it with you guys in the comment section about how certain years, certain wrestlers are available right away, and certain years they're not. And then the next year they are, and in certain years they're not. So when we were getting the accelerator pack all these years and or paying for the supercharge, a lot of the times it was like, wait a minute, this wrestler was available before. It may not have been last year, but a couple years they were already on the base roster. But this year you put them behind the accelerator pack. This is why this doesn't work for wrestling games. This what they're trying to do just does not work for wrestling games. And in my opinion, it doesn't even work for any yearly release game. Even though this is starting to be in more games, it doesn't work for a game that is a yearly release title. The best bet for 2K, really the best bet for them, is to just start making this a live service game. Because I don't see how this benefits fans. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see how this benefits customers, man. And I'm trying to see that bright side, but I don't get it. Now, I mean, I'm somebody who's out of the game, right? I don't play 2K anymore, right? I've been done, but at the same time, that doesn't mean that I can't make videos for the people who are still going through this. Because I want 2K to change, man. And they're not going to change. I want a new company to make a WWE game. But I want 2K to change. I want 2K to change not just for me, but for everybody. I want them to not be a company that's going to nickel and dime every chance that they get, every opportunity they get. Yes, this might be what the gaming industry is, but it doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it right. It's not okay that this is happening. This is not okay that this is a thing now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't see the upside to what they're planning with this year's game. I know that if I was getting this game, I wouldn't be a happy camper. And that's just me, just speaking for myself. I would not be happy if I was getting this game when I would see what I would have to do. No accelerator pack. Now I can't just get into the game and do the things that I want to do. Because when I would play a 2K, that was one of the first things that I would do is get the accelerator pack or the supercharger. And then I would go into the game. And yes, I would start with showcase. And I never did my rise right away. I would always I would either do universe mode and a mix of exhibition matches in universe mode. And then when I start getting bored of universe mode, then that's when I would do like a mix between playing exhibition matches and playing my rise. But I don't really mess at all with any other game mode, in the game. And so it was nice to be able to have, especially like the Legends, because I'm a Legends guy. I'm an old school dude. I'm a huge old school wrestling fan. So for me, not being able to have wrestlers that I would normally have by paying for the supercharger or accelerator pack, and having to grind for those characters as well, that's just a bit off-putting to me. Because again, I go back to the burnout. When a game is forcing you to kind of play a certain way, you can eventually get burnt out. There are going to be people who put this game down because it's like, dude, like this, enough is enough. I've had to play this mode. I've had to do this match. I've had to win this way. I've had to win that way. And you have to imagine that the 5-star rating is going to play a factor. Like if you win a match, but you only have a 1-star or a 1.5-star rating, that might also contribute to how much RXP you're getting. The game mode, we know, is going to contribute to how much you're getting per match, per win. So it looks like you can even get XP if you lose a match, but at the same time, it's like you know that you get more by winning. So again, yes, this is forcing you to play the game a certain way. I said this in my last video that this was going to be this way. And lo and behold, it turned out to be true. Now, some of you might still be able to play the game the way that you want to play, and you might just not care, and you might just be able to do your thing and that's it. But man, Battle Pass doesn't work for a wrestling title, man. It especially for one that's going to come out yearly. It's situations like this why I was so excited for Ultra Pro Wrestling and Wrestling Code, because I want to see something different than what we're getting with WWE 2K. I really do. But that's pretty much all I got to say, guys. I don't see how this is a good thing. I really don't. I don't know why certain people are trying to sell it that way, even with bringing up their concerns. Like I said, they kind of brush past the concerns, and then they go more into the being optimistic. They go more into the this might be good and blah, 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 even though they act like they don't know what company this is that we're talking about. It's just a lot. It's a lot, man. But look, I'm done. I'm done. We'll probably be talking about more, in the future with this game. But thank you guys for tuning in as always. Let me know what you feel in the comments, man. It's your boy Soul Drum 86, and I'm out. Peace.